this week's show, we look back at the Monaco Week in Moscow. We discover The Odyssey, a film about Commander Cousteau. And finally, Gianluigi Buffon receives the Golden Foot Award. The Principality of Monaco was celebrated recently in Russia. Several cultural and economic events took place in the Russian capital. Vladimir Putin and Prince Albert II discussed the strong links that have existed between the two countries for some time now. The prince was welcomed at the Kremlin, where the two heads of state discussed many international and environmental issues.
Ce sont des sujets tout à fait passionnants.
They are fascinating topics on which both the Russians and the Monegasques, President Putin and Prince Albert II, are in agreement.
Et le prince souverain se retrouve en très très grande contiguïté de pensée.
Another important moment of this Monaco Week in Moscow was the inauguration of an exhibition at the Tretyakov Gallery. This exhibition was presented in the Principality in 2015 and is now continuing in Russia. It's a wonderful exhibition, and I'm convinced all Russians will be very interested. I'm convinced many people will come to see it. School children, students, and also the people who live in Moscow. There have been links between the two countries since 1877, though diplomatic relations only date back 10 years. The two delegations were able to set the groundwork for future collaborations at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. Other potential collaborations were discussed at the Moscow Economic Chamber, where the Monaco Economic Board made a very good impression. For 20 years, the month of October has been dedicated to increasing awareness about breast cancer. The aim is to promote good habits for screening, as it is the biggest killer in women suffering from cancer. Symbolically, all around the world, many iconic buildings were lit in pink to kickstart the operation. In Monaco, the Place du Casino, the National Council and the Princely Palace were all sporting the colour that symbolises awareness and mobilisation.
Qu'est-ce qu'on attend?
The film has only just come out. The Odyssey looks back on the life of Commander Cousteau, a former sailor who became a renowned explorer. In this film, produced by Jérôme Salle, Cousteau is brought back to life by Lambert Wilson, who takes us on an extraordinary trip on board the legendary Calypso. As Cousteau was the director of the Oceanographic Museum for over 30 years, the Temple of the Sea wished to pay tribute to him with an advanced screening of The Odyssey in the presence of Prince Albert II and some of those who worked closely with him, such as André Laban, who was a crew member of the Calypso.
À la réflexion, j'ai trouvé qu'on avait un peu d'inconscience.
Upon reflection, I think we were a bit unaware of the risks. People say to us, weren't you afraid of the danger? No. How many years were you on board the Calypso? Over 21 years, the best years of my life.
Les plus belles années de ma vie.
The Odyssey looks back at Cousteau's years of exploration of the seas and ends as he became aware of the importance of protecting them. A final message that is a warning, but a warning that is still very topical today.
It's okay, I know someday I'm gonna be with you.
For several years, the Principality has welcomed many prestigious boxing events. Some great champions also come to train and prepare for fights here, just like Carlos Takam, who has been coming for 6 years. The heavyweight WBF world champion is currently training for an upcoming WBC semi-final, with his ultimate goal being the world WBC belt.
Gianluigi Buffon.
Some more sport as Gianluigi Buffon received the 2016 Golden Foot Award. The Italian international was up against Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Wayne Rooney. The Juventus goalkeeper follows Cameroon striker Samuel Eto'o. Time to go. See you next week.